SHISEDO. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I created this look right here. This is probably one of my favorite looks I have ever done, and you guys know I'm a perfectionist, so it takes a lot for me to say that, but today's look, I am so in love with it. I am a sucker for that super blown out eyeshadow look that kind of blends into your blush. I think it is so pretty, it's so editorial, and I am just obsessed. So I'm very excited to show you guys how I created this look in today's video. But before we jump into the video, I did receive a very special package that I wanted to show you guys. This package right here is from the brand Rose Forever New York. You guys, look at this box. So I picked the black velvet box. The box is huge. You guys can kind of see it right there. It is stunning, and this is a box of roses. Now these roses do last an entire year, which is insane. Okay, I'm not usually one to spend money on flowers because I feel like it's kind of a waste of money because they just die, but these are not, because they last a whole year. I did pick the yellow roses. You guys, look at how beautiful these are. They are stunning. They have so many colors. They have yellow, pink, blue, white, and they also have the classic red rose, and they also have different boxes. So I definitely recommend that you guys go ahead and check out their website because they have so many different styles, a ton of varieties that you guys can choose from, and they were kind enough to give me a discount for you guys. So you can actually save $20 off your order with the code Tatanisha Sankar 20 on their website. I know it's kind of a long code. I'll go ahead and leave it down below so you guys can kind of just copy and paste it, but you can save $20 off the entire site. So whatever arrangement you want to pick up, you can get $20 off that arrangement. It is the perfect time to try it out because number one, Mother's Day is right around the corner, and this is definitely the perfect time to give your mom something extra special that she can hold on to for an entire year. So I am so in love with these, you guys. They sit on top of my vanity and they just bring character to the room. You know what I'm saying? They're just so stunning. So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much to Rose Forever New York for sending these over. Like I said, all the details are going to be down below in the description box if you guys are interested, but I'm obsessed. Like, you guys, they are so beautiful. I have to show you one more time. I was shocked at how beautiful they are, and they just look stunning. Like, and they last a whole year. What? It's so luxe. Like, even the box, like I have them just like this sitting on my vanity. It is just gorgeous. Like, you definitely need to pick them up if you guys are interested. All right, you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and jump in to today's makeup tutorial. I know I have been doing so many makeup tutorials recently. I apologize, but I feel like every single time I post a look on Instagram, you guys always want a tutorial, so it kind of just ends up being a thing where I'm constantly filming the tutorials for the looks that I'm gonna post, and I try to stay as active as possible on Instagram. So you guys know I usually do 3 posts of one look, and the goal is to have a look already lined up, so that way when I post that 3rd post of that look, I already have another one lined up. So that's usually the goal, and that's why you guys see so many makeup tutorials. So I hope you guys don't mind, but I do have my beauty room tour coming very soon. I'm actually filming that tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to be posting that very soon. I hope you guys are excited. I know so many of you want to see the beauty room. You want to see what the transformation looked like. So that is coming to my channel. I also have an Ulta haul coming as well, and a few other little fun videos that I can't really talk about at the moment, but you guys will see when I post them. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump in to today's video. Before we jump in, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys have not already. And of course, without further ado, if you would like to see how I created this makeup look today, then just keep on watching. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and get started with today's look. I do want to let you guys know right off the bat, I did dip into quite a few eyeshadow palettes for today's look. If you have a palette that you know you have shades similar to these, of course you can use whatever you have on hand, but I did need a few specific shades, and so I used 3 eyeshadow palettes today, so I apologize. But I am quickly just priming my eyelids with the P.LOUISE base in Rumor 2.5. The first palette I'm going to be using is the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Surge palette. This palette is so beautiful, you guys, obsessed. Like, if you haven't tried their formula, you definitely need to. So the first shade I'm going to be going into is that beautiful shade right there called Taboo. And I'm actually going to, as always, pack this into my crease I always get tons of questions about how I get my eyeshadow to be so vibrant and to photograph so vibrant. So this is definitely the trick. You guys definitely want to pack on your eyeshadow. Do not be afraid of pigment, okay, because that's what we are looking for. So even though we're doing a blown out look, you guys can see that I'm creating more of a round shape at the moment. So now I'm going into the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette, and I'm going to be going into the shade Chase, which is a beautiful purplish pink kind of color, and I'm going to use that to start to blend the edges of that first color that we put down. So you guys can see I'm actually using quite a few shades in the crease, but I'm keeping them very tight together, if that makes sense, just because you guys can see by the look, it's a very gradient, like there's so many different colors that you can incorporate in this look, and I just want to make sure you can see all of them. So the next shade I'm going to be going into is from the BPERFECT Carnival XL Pro palette, and that is the shade Funky, a beautiful bright pink as well, and I'm going to apply that right on top of the shade Chase. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a more fluffy brush that is still a blending brush, and I'm going to just take that same shade Funky and really start to blend and diffuse it and make sure it's looking really nice and blown out. And then I'm going to also go into that beautiful yellow from the Carnival XL Pro palette. It is called Keen. You guys, the Blends palette and also the Surge palette both don't have a yellow like that, and so that's why I was kind of switching through each palette for certain shades. So with this color, this is the last color that's going to go closest to the brows, so I'm really blowing it out, really diffusing it, and you guys can see that the more colors I apply to my crease, the more the colors that I previously applied are starting to fade. So the trick to this is just to really intensify your colors. Do not be afraid to go back in, and you're literally just starting from step one. So go back in with that deepest shade, then go in with that pink, the lighter pink, and then even if you want to go back in with a little bit of the yellow, you absolutely can, but you guys can see the major difference that this makes. So just make sure that you're aware, and then also just make sure that you're not bringing each shadow too high, because you really just want to keep each one exactly where it goes, especially for a look like this one. So now what I want to do is add a little bit of depth. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of black eyeshadow. I am using the black eyeshadow from the Blends palette. There's also a black shadow in the Carnival palette as well as the Surge palette, so it really doesn't matter, any black eyeshadow will do. But you guys can see how even though it's a black eyeshadow, when you actually see the look, you can't really tell it is a black, because it's basically mixing in with that deeper pink and kind of creating an even darker pink because you're applying that depth, which I am obsessed with. So you're kind of, you know, a little mastermind mixing colors together to create the perfect definition for your eye. So that's what I did there. So once I was pretty happy with the blend, now it's time to clean up the lid. So I'm just taking the Garnier Micellar Water. You guys know it is my go-to, specifically the one with the pink cap, to cut out my crease. And then I did cut my crease off camera using the P.LOUISE base in blank canvas. This is what the crease looks like. So now for the actual lid, I'm going to go in with the shade Foolish, and that shade is from the Carnival XL Pro palette from BPERFECT. And I'm also going in with the shade Pillow Talk in the inner corner, because I did want the inner corner to have a little bit of brightness, so that's why I didn't take the peachy shade all the way in towards the inner corner. So I'm kind of mixing the two together so it has a really nice gradient, and I don't have that like stark white in the inner corner and it just looks awkward. So make sure you kind of blend it in as best as you can. So for the outer corner, I'm basically just going back in with all the shades that I used. So first the shade Taboo, then I'm going back in with the shade Chase and also a little bit of Funky, and just mixing everything together. To make sure that I really got that peachy shade as close to the crease as possible, I'm going in with a really tiny detail brush and adding it towards the crease. And then of course I went back in with that black eyeshadow just to make sure everything was nice and cohesive. For my lashes, I'm going in with the Popsy lashes in the style Princess, and I did add a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid liner to create like a half liner. So moving on to complexion, don't mind the fact that I'm not wearing one of my lashes at the moment. It just was not sticking, so I was like, you know, let me just take it off, apply more glue, and let's just continue for now. So I prepped my skin with the Keys SOULCARE Illuminating Serum, and for foundation, I'm going in with the SHISEDO SYNCRO Skin Foundation. I have been so obsessed with this foundation, you guys. The color is perfect. It also contains an SPF, and the coverage is amazing. I can't believe I waited so long to try this foundation. It is so good. If you guys trust my recommendation, I'm telling you, you will love this. I have dry to normal skin. I don't know how this will work with someone with oily skin, but I feel like if you prep your skin the right way, you'd love it because it doesn't give you a luminous finish. It's not a dewy, glowy foundation. It's more of a natural finish and it is just beautiful. Also, a little bit goes a very long way. So finally, I got my lash on. Okay, it was a little bit of a struggle. I think it was more so the glue and not the lash, but how stunning are these lashes? They're so pretty and so full. I am obsessed. I also have a discount code with Popsy Lashes that'll be down below in the description box. So for cream bronzer today, I decided to use an oldie but goodie. This is the Made by Mitchell Blush Bronzer in the shade Shady Business. It blends like a dream. It is so beautiful. I've been loving so many different cream bronzers these days, but this one is definitely one of my absolute favorites. So I'm just going to go ahead and bronze up my skin. I feel like cream bronzer really does make a huge difference, and you really don't have to use as much powder bronzer when you actually cream bronze first. For concealer, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer in the shade number 9. A really gorgeous concealer. I've used it a few times on my channel already. It has amazing coverage. It blends so well, and this color is perfect for me. It gives me just the perfect amount of brightness. I'm obsessed with it. It is so good. Okay, so to set my under eyes, I'm going to be using the Collab Set the Stage powder. You guys know this is my jam. This powder is amazing. I hope they never discontinue this because, like, legit, my heart would be broken. It is that good. And I'm actually using it with a powder puff. This powder puff is from Makeup Forever. I don't know if it's sold separately, but I purchased the Makeup Forever HD Loose powder, and this came with the powder. For my face, I'm going to be using the One Size Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation. I will go ahead and leave all the shade names for all the products I'm using down below in the description box. So now for bronzer, I'm going to go in with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Tan. It's just such a beautiful bronzer, and the color is perfect for my skin tone. And I really wanted my skin to be extra bronzy today because we're going to be doing that really blown out eyeshadow look. Sometimes when you do a look like that, it can really wash out your complexion. So adding a little bit more bronzer is definitely the way to go, in my opinion. For blush, I wanted to go in with the One Size Blush Trio. So I am going in with the cream first. I will say that I dip into the cream and then I apply it to the palm of my hand, and I work from whatever product I have on the palm of my hand because this is super pigmented. And then I do go over top of that, of course, with the powder, and the color just matched the look so well. It is so beautiful. If you haven't tried these, you definitely need to because they are amazing. Like I said, the shade names will be down below. So let's get back into the eyes. This is what the other eye is looking like. I went ahead and completed that one, so I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. So you guys know I did a little round shape at the beginning of the video. Now this is definitely a look in itself if you didn't want to do that super dramatic blown out look, but for me, I wanted to be a little dramatic today. So the way that I like to do this is I just continue the blend that I already created, if that makes sense. So you guys saw I just kind of brought out that pink a little bit higher and also a little bit of that yellow. So what I'm going to do now, just to have a guideline, is do my lower lash line first so I know exactly which way I should wing out that outer corner. So I went back in with all the same shades that I used. So the dark pink, the lighter pink, a little bit of black, and also a little bit of that yellow, and just really smudged it underneath the lower lash line. And then of course I added a little bit of that white to my inner corner. So now we're going to get into the fun part. I'm going to take a little bit of a bigger brush because I want to be able to cover more space quicker. So I'm going in with the yellow, and then I'm going in with the pink. I'm telling you right now, when it comes to a look like this, you cannot be scared. It's supposed to look dramatic. It's supposed to look super blushed. It's the way the look is supposed to look, okay? So if you want to create a look like this, do not be scared. Just go in with your shadows and have fun. At the end of the day, it's makeup and it comes off. So I added some extra blush, and then for my waterline, I went in with a peach liner from ColourPop, and I topped it off with a white liner just to give it more of a pop. And then to complete the eye, I'm just going in with some lower lash mascara. This is the MAC mascara. It'll be down below as well. And you guys, I'm obsessed. I love this look so much. I think it's the colors that I really truly love, and it's just stunning. So for highlight, I wanted to use more of a colored highlight, and this is pretty much the only one I have in my collection. It's from Stacey Marie and BPERFECT in the shade Hollow Glaze, and that completes the look. The details for the lip combo will be down below in the description box. Here's the up close. I also gave you guys a little bit of low lighting so you can really get into the blend, into the colors. It is so stunning. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.